So more news has now came out surrounding UFC 300, more specifically UFC 300's main event, and it's involving Tom Aspinall, surprisingly. So Tom Aspinall said that the UFC had reached out to him. He did say he would be ready, and he actually said they offered him Stipe Miocic, but Stipe within the hour apparently turned down the fight, which is just crazy to me how he's allowed to turn down the fight against the interim champion and then be given the undisputed title shot against John Jones. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, realistically, Tom Aspinall is the interim champion. He should be the one to fight John Jones, and then if Stipe wants to stick around, then fair enough, let him fight the winner of that. The whole Stipe John Jones fight, in my opinion, is pretty much a load of shit. But anyway, ignore the voice break. Tom Aspinall said they did reach out to him. He said yes to the Stipe matchup, which was then declined by Stipe. Then they reached out to him again to say that Alex Pereira could potentially be moving up to heavyweight. Now, I've spoke about this before on my TikTok, and I'm just going to speak about it here quickly. I don't want to see Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira. That might just be me. But in my opinion, it's a pretty pointless fight, if we're being honest. So Tom Aspinall isn't even the undisputed heavyweight champion. I think it would be different if Tom Aspinall was undisputed, but he's not. Alex Pereira has just moved up to light heavyweight, just won the belt. He has got no title defenses. So why would he then be able to move up and challenge for a belt at heavyweight? It just doesn't make any sense in my opinion. And it would be, if I'm being honest, it would be a pretty one-sided matchup in my opinion. I think Tom Aspinall would absolutely maul Alex Pereira inside the first round. That's just my opinion anyway. Yes, Alex Pereira is a great striker, but, and I know he's fought at kickboxing a mere sure when he was in Glory, but I mean, Tom Aspinall is the natural heavyweight, plus in terms of mixed martial arts, he's far superior than Alex Pereira in my opinion. He would just out-grapple Alex Pereira, take him down and finish him in the first round. That's my opinion. I feel like Tom Aspinall would be able to take Alex Pereira down and finish him within the first round. I also feel like Tom Aspinall could finish Alex Pereira on the feet as well. I just think his footwork is that great. I think his footwork is that good, and how explosive he is, and he's got great boxing as well, Tom Aspinall, which I don't think people really rate him highly enough on in his boxing. Tom Aspinall is a great boxer, but yeah, in my opinion, this matchup I just don't want to see. Don't want to see Alex Pereira versus Tom Aspinall. Maybe when Tom Aspinall becomes undisputed and Alex Pereira has a few more title defenses and the fight then makes sense, then fair enough. But at this moment in time, I don't want to see it, especially since the UFC are having a card in Brazil for UFC 301. Why would you not then have your biggest Brazilian star in Alex Pereira be the headliner? That just doesn't make any sense in my opinion. So then we'll move on to this story that came out yesterday as well. Dana White is announcing the UFC 300 main event at the post-fight press conference for UFC 298. Now, UFC 298, as we know, is the Alex Pereira Ilia Topuria card. I'm going to do my breakdown on that card later on in the week. That card is absolutely stacked. You could argue it's the best main card. One of the best main cards of the year, to be honest. You've got Volkanovski Topuria. You've got Whitaker Costa, if Costa shows up, but I think he will. Then you've got a matchup I really want to see, which is Merab and Henry Cejudo. Then you've got Jeff Neal and Ian Gary. And then you've got Anthony Hernandez and Roman Kopylov. Kopylov is taking this matchup on short notice. That again is going to be a great matchup. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to UFC 298, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Dana White announces as the UFC 300 main event. In my opinion, there's a couple of options. So you've got Alex Pereira, Tom Aspinall, which in my opinion is ruled out. Tom Aspinall pretty much ruled it out there. Then you've got Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad. You've then got Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis, which I think there is quite a high chance that might be it. And then you've got the one that I'm still hoping out for, which is Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler. I've said this so many times now. I feel like if you don't have Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler main event UFC 300, it's such a wasted opportunity. It's supposedly the biggest card in the company's history, and Conor McGregor is without a doubt the biggest star the company's ever had. So in my opinion, it just makes total sense, considering both him and Michael Chandler have been calling to fight at UFC 300. I don't know why you would continue to postpone this matchup. It just doesn't make any sense to me. That's my opinion anyway. Also, the only other matchup out of those ones that I named there that I can really see headlining this card is Adesanya Dricus du Plessis. That again is another big matchup, but a part of me would love to see that matchup take place in Africa. I would love for them to do a UFC Africa and have that be the headliner, but If it is at UFC 300, I am 100% happy with that one. However, Dricus du Plessis is obviously coming off that 5 round war with Sean Strickland in January, and I did see a clip of du Plessis saying that the belt means more to him than fighting on UFC 300, and he did sustain a lot of damage in that matchup against Sean Strickland. So I'm not too sure if he will be ready to go in time to fight at UFC 300. Now, obviously, the UFC might offer him up a bit more money. That might, um, I forgot the word. What is that word? And not intensify. I don't know. Anyway, that to encourage him to take that matchup, I completely went blank there with that word. So yeah, in my opinion, I think it is between those two matchups. I did think they would have done Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad at 300, but I feel like it kind of ruins that card, if you get what I mean, if it is the main event, because realistically, and I hate using this word, the main event is going to be to target the casual viewing audience, because that is what the UFC are going to want to bring for UFC 300. That's just my opinion anyway. But yeah, UFC 300, the news just keeps coming out. We're finally going to get the main event announced at UFC 298, the post-fight press conference. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Fingers crossed it is Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler. And as always, like, share, subscribe, comment. It does help out a lot. Social medias are linked above, so I'd appreciate it if you could follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And as always, I will see you again in the next one.